Hey guys, I know it's been a while since I've recorded one of these chit-chat sit-down videos, so I thought that I will just sit down and just do it. There's never going to be a perfect time. I'm waiting for a perfect time. My hair is in the worst of conditions, but yeah, I guess just do it, right? So today I just wanted to share with you guys something that was on my mind for a very long time, and it honestly stressed me out quite a bit. And what I found out really helped me, so I thought maybe I should share it with you guys. And that is on the topic of retirement. I know it sounds really stupid, but because I'm not really gonna retire anytime soon, or am close to an age where I should think about retirement. But I think nowadays, everyone wants to be a bit more financially savvy, and so we are thinking about it even at this age. Yeah, so I was thinking about it, if I can actually save up enough for my retirement, if I'm gonna have enough for my retirement, and honestly, the whole thinking just made me so anxious about everything. Everything made me work became this stressful thing that I had to think about. Do I need to take on more stuff? Instead of something that brought me joy, it became a burden to think about all these money things. And so I thought instead of I've been worrying about this for a whole month, maybe I should go find out what the Bible has to say about it. Which I wish I did earlier, because I kind of assumed that it is wise to think about finances, so why do I need to go and see what the Bible has to say about it, right? But actually what I found out from the Bible was very interesting. My search for this particular topic, I stumbled upon this parable that I've heard many times, but just didn't think of it in that context. So it's about the parable of the rich fool. So apparently this rich guy had a very good harvest, and he couldn't his harvest was so huge that his barn was not big enough to store all his crops that he had harvested. So he said to himself, why don't I go and build a bigger barn, and I'm going to store all my crops there, and I can spend the rest of my days eating, drinking, and being merry and enjoying the fruits of my labor. And then the Bible goes on to say that Jesus said, "You fool, tonight your life will be taken away from you. So who's going to profit from all the things that you stored up in your barn?" And then Jesus goes on to talk about the sparrows and the birds, and how if God provides for the birds, how much more will he provide for you, because you are so much more precious than the birds. And then he talks about how God clothes the fields of the flowers so beautifully, and it's destroyed tomorrow. A few days later it dies. If God were to dress the fields of the flowers so well, how much more will he clothe you? He says you have little faith. And Jesus then advises the people he was talking to not focus on earthly treasures, instead to focus on things that are eternal, like heavenly treasures, so he puts it. So things that last forever, and things that hold weight beyond death. And then he goes on to say just sell all your possessions and give it to the poor, and seek first his kingdom and do his work and do the things that God would want to do in your life on this earth, and all these things will be added to you. You don't even need to worry. You won't need to worry. That is basically the advice that he gave to these people. And honestly, it is radical. I did not expect that at all. I thought there would be some wise verse about keeping your savings or being a good steward. Instead, God pointed me to this verse where it says just sell everything and seek first my kingdom. And why do you need to worry? I will take care of you, for everything else. And as crazy as it sounds, and as much as I feel that is not going to comfort me because it's not practical at all, it actually really is comforting. Because I think in this life, we just cannot really plan a super 100% foolproof plan, for our future. There's this verse in Ecclesiastes where King Solomon was, he's the wisest man. He asked God for wisdom, and he's the wisest man. So he spent a lot of time observing people and observing their life. And he was saying, just because you are intelligent doesn't mean you become rich, doesn't mean you're strong, and just because you're strong, it doesn't mean you'll win the race. And I think he's trying, and life is like that. Just because you're smart doesn't mean you're going to be a millionaire, and just because you work very hard means you are going to have things for sure. Yeah, it increases the chance, but life is very unpredictable, and no one can really plan for the future. No one can really know what the future is, and that's why being able to trust God, who knows the future and who sees things beyond time on earth, is just really comforting. So yeah, I'm not saying like, anyhow spend your money and whatever, but like, I think we just need to make sure that we are doing the right thing from day to day, or rather, I just need to make sure that I'm doing the right thing from day to day. So I'm just make sure that I'm not overspending. I'm being a wise steward of my money. I'm using it to help people. I'm using it for good. I'm using my money for good. I'm saving it carefully. The difference is that I don't worry about money, and I don't worry about the future. And just putting this into context, I don't know, I just feel so mind blown, because it was not at all what I expected to learn from the Bible, and not at all what I expected to hear from God. But yet, this is the message that He gave, and yeah, I don't know, I feel so much more at peace. Yeah, so I hope this helps. If you'd like to read more, you can go check out Luke chapter 12, where Jesus talks about the parable of the rich fool, and also about not to worry. There's a whole passage there about do not be anxious and stuff, and that's basically the chapter that I read that really lifted the weight off me. So yeah, I hope this video helps. I hope you like this style of video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!